Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Wherever you may be around the globe, it certainly is a fantastic morning. It's a beautiful morning, y'all, to get whatever it is that you intend to do to get those things done. There's no time, y'all, like the present. There really isn't. You know, a lot of times we continue to put things off because we figure, well, this is not the correct time, that, maybe we should do it at another time. But you know what? There's no time like the present. There's no time like the present. And once you know what, you just start doing it, you just jump in full force, things change. And you'll find out that, there was a battle getting started. But once you start, you know, everything else will just fall into line. And this happens to a lot of us, y'all. I remember there was times that, I, intended to do something and I kept pushing it off, pushing it off. I'm going to tell you, I was a great procrastinator. That's why I could tell you these things. I was a great procrastinator. And when I finally did it, okay, I found out I had wasted so much time, so much time thinking that I was going to do something and continue to put it off because something else, caught my attention. And what would you call that? When something else catches your attention, it's called distraction. It's called distraction. You know, anytime that you have planned to do something and something else comes up, and people even say that, well, I intended to do such and such, and this came up, and that came up, you know, and that hinders you. It's another day. You put off things for another day. You put off things for another week. And the weeks turns into months, and the months turns into years. And you still haven't gotten that thing done that you intended to do. And, we talked about that on a previous broadcast, how you could break out of that cycle of procrastination, how you could be more intentional to get those things done that, you intended to do. Because I know those things, those dreams that you have in your heart, those things are very important to you. They're very vital. But you have to, make preparation, okay? Prepare yourself to get those things out there. Whether you're that author and you have that message that you feel that is so important and you have yet to write your book. Or maybe you're that entrepreneur who, you see a problem and you can solve that problem. But like I say, something catches your attention, something else catches your eye, Are you inviting distractions in? What is your position on that? Are you inviting those distractions in? Because you know what? You could stop it. You could stop it, right there in its track, And this happens to people. And I ask this question. I'm going to ask you this question today. You have wasted a lot of time. I want you to really think about this. You have wasted a lot of time searching for fulfillment, to fill that void because you feel that there's something more for you. And how many of you out there could say that honestly? I feel like, there's something more for me. And, I just can't seem to get my hands on it. Good morning, Joshua. How you doing today? Great seeing you today. I just can't seem to, fill this void. There's something more for me. And you feel anxious. You feel, unsatisfied. You feel unfulfilled. But I want to tell you that now is your time to take responsibility and get those things done. Okay? Take responsibility. That's your first step to getting those things done. And this is a great place for me to introduce myself, okay? I'm Gertrude J. Chapman, and I teach you how to maximize your potential and stop leaving money on the table. How to be your authentic self, live your truth, be your truth, and be unapologetically you. Be unapologetically you, y'all. But fill that void. You just have to just do it. Just do it. And we've been talking about, and we have this is the second part of what I talked about on yesterday. Your journey to success. Your journey to success matters because this is, you walking on this journey and enjoying every step of the way, whether it's, obstacles, whether it's those things that come to disrupt you, because now you recognizing those things as tools to leverage you to move to that next level in your life. Whatever that journey looks like, whatever that journey that you're on seems like, whatever that journey is. You said, I'm having a flash drive mailed to me for me to start my manuscript for my second book. That's awesome. That is awesome. You got to get that book out there, Joshua. You do. Because you know what? Somebody, like I said, somebody needs to read that book. You have an audience out there. And I'm glad that, you're moving into this stage where, you're getting that book out there. You're doing what needs to be done. You're taking responsibility. And I'm glad that, that you're moving in that direction because so many people, they never, move in that direction. They intend to do it. They have good intentions, but a lot of times they get distracted. I'm participating in a fundraising fashion show this evening as well. Wow. Well, that is good. You see, this is what I'm talking about, y'all. Maximizing your potential. A fundraising fashion show this evening. And that's awesome. That is awesome. Your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your gifts will make room for you and they'll bring you before great men. They'll bring you to a place, okay, where that void, you'll see your purpose, in other words, okay, where that void will begin to be filled, where it'll bring satisfaction to you. Not satisfaction to the point where you're comfortable and want to park there, but satisfaction to the point where now you're able to create, you're able to produce, you're able to, use what's inside of you and generate that to create from that to, feed your audience. Whether you're feeding your audience through a message, whether you're feeding your audience through a service, whether you're feeding your audience through a product, whatever it is, it brings that fulfillment. You have to enjoy this journey, y'all, because your journey is by design. And if you're on a journey that you're frustrated, that you're stressed out, that, you're not really enjoying it, you're crying, you're murmuring and complaining, you have to go back and think, am I in the right position? Am I on the journey that's, according to my purpose? Because once you're on that journey to your purpose, things change. And things change drastically. And I'm not saying that, you won't have those times where challenges come, but now, you'll learn how to use those challenges as a way of a strength training, okay? Endurance. It'll build something in you. It'll build that momentum. It'll build that drive. It'll build, that fight inside of you. And I'm not talking about fighting like, being confrontational, but I'm talking about fighting, pushing through opposition, pushing forward when things come to try to hinder you, when things come to try to stop you. Okay? But your journey to success matters. Yesterday, I talked about when you're on that journey to success, Okay? You have a greater willingness to take risks. You know, you will take risks because now you see risk as, you know, not something that you'll shy away from, but something that will bring you more. It'll bring you to a better position in life. Okay? Whatever that might look like for you, it'll bring you to a place of where it's going to profit you. It's going to profit your audience, you know, so you'll jump in head first. You'll just jump into it. Okay? Risk won't matter to you because now you don't see risk as something that you'll be defensive and you'll push away from it or you'll back up. You'll understand risk in a different way. I also talked about more integrity, okay? When you're on this journey to success, you do things in an honest way, okay? You demonstrate that integrity all across the board, okay? You begin to correct things that you don't like about yourself. You begin to correct things that you don't like, that's not, you know, honest or not trustworthy or not credible. You begin to, you know, form integrity within yourself because you don't want to be seen like that. You don't want to be identified like that. Okay. This is when you're on your journey to success because a lot of times people, and I want to say this because sometimes people get caught up in not being credible because they do things as shortcuts and they do different things of that nature. And that's when they don't really know what they have to work with, the value, the treasures, those gems. So they try to compensate for it in another way by being dishonest and all of those things. But I believe this. Once a person knows who they are and what they have to work with, things change. Things drastically change. You know, when the light bulb comes on, and when I mean the light bulb, I'm talking about somebody really understands. Because with all that getting, you got to get an understanding. You might forget every other thing, but once you get an understanding of something, it'll stick with you forever. When a person truly understands who they are and what they have on the inside to work with, things change. And they'll begin walking in integrity. They'll begin walking in that. You know, they won't be trying to, you know, have that mask on or, you know, pretending to be something that they're not or pretending to have something that they don't have. You know, you have to appreciate, you know, who you are. Appreciate who you are. You are a person that has gifts, talents, and abilities. You have purpose. Don't ever let anybody tell you that you don't have purpose, that you're an afterthought, that you're nobody, that, you know, your life doesn't matter, because your life does matter. And you're here for a purpose. And it doesn't matter how you got here. You could have got here in the worst circumstances, okay? Under the worst circumstances, but you're here. You have value. You have worth. You're not situations and circumstances. No matter what somebody may have told you, okay? It doesn't matter. You are somebody. And you have to believe that you are somebody. If a task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor great. Okay, be the labor great or small. Do it well or not at all. I like that. I'm going to read that again. If a task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the labor great or small. Do it well or not at all. And that's beautiful. You know, Joshua, I want you to put a link. I know you said you had written another book of poetry, and I like that right there. Why don't you put a link so, you know, the audience could see, you know, some of your works, which you have been working on. And, you know, this, I always encourage my audience to do this so other people could see what other people are doing. So it can inspire them. Hey, if Joshua could do this, I could do this too. If he's doing it, I could do this too. Because, this is something that encourages other people. So if you could drop a link in the comment section, it'll be, let me see, much appreciated, okay? It'll be much appreciated. So as we're talking about your journey to success, and I was talking about integrity, what we talked about on yesterday, another part is you'll begin dealing with obstacles, okay? And setbacks. You'll deal with them. You'll deal with them head on. No longer will these things stop you. No longer will they bother you. No longer will you back up from them. But you'll look at them and you'll say, well, I welcome them. Because now it's something that comes to sharpen you, that comes to strengthen you, that comes to, feed you, to give you something that where you could add value in the worst situations and circumstances. It adds value not only to you, but also your audience. And let me see the comments for a second. Okay. Robert's Recreation. Okay. Do you have a website or something that they could go to where they could get that link, or they just simply go there? And that's on the Facebook side, right? If they Google it, if they put it in a Google search, will something come up with where they could get that book from? Because if not, let me see. Oh, okay. I see. That's your business page on Facebook. Okay. All right. That's his business page on Facebook. It's called Robert's Recreations. So you could go to the comment section and, get that information and go to the Facebook side and pull up that information. I appreciate that, because I always like to, honor people who are doing work. Okay. They're doing something with their lives. And, this is what it's all about, audience. This is what it's all about. Okay. Value. Okay. Work. You have so much value. You have so many gems. You have so many treasures inside of you. And somebody needs to know, because this gives people hope. Okay. It gives people hope. It encourages them. It inspires them, to be able to read what somebody else has created, or be able to purchase what somebody has created, or be able to partake of whatever service that is, to eliminate the pain points of, the audience. So this is wonderful. And I thank you for that information, sharing that with us. The name of the book is Total Chaos, and it can be attained at, what is that? Zalabus.com, eBay.com, and Barnes & Noble or BNN.com. Okay. Thank you for that information, because that makes it easier. That makes it easier. So y'all go in the comments section, okay, and get that information. Get that information. Thank you, Joshua, for sharing that with us on this morning on your journey to success. And when you're on that journey to success, I'm just recapping from yesterday, you'll have that attitude of gratitude. You'll be grateful, okay? You'll be grateful. And the last one, recapping from yesterday, you'll be less concerned about other people's opinion of you when you're on that journey to success. It doesn't matter what their opinions are of you, okay? You walk flat-footed. You'll walk, nose to nose. It doesn't matter, because you have reached a point where, you know what? It just doesn't matter, okay? You have like a don't care attitude, okay? It doesn't matter. It's like water on the duck's back. It just roll off, okay? But as we move into today, part 2 of your journey to success, creating a wealthy mindset, this is this is a great thing. Your mind has so much wealth on the inside, okay? So much wealth. You begin to raise your standards. Raising your standards, because now you're making not only a forward progression, but also an upward progression, okay? No longer will you be operating in, this place, okay? You'll be operating on a higher level. You'll begin to raise your standards, because now you see you're in a different place, okay? You have to continue to move forward and to move upward, okay? So you'll begin to raise your standards. You'll begin to set new behaviors and get, greater results, because you can't stay in the same place. You can't stay in the same place. Even if it was 6 months ago, things has got to change, okay? You have got to change. There's higher heights, there's deeper depths on the inside of you. So now you begin to raise your standards. And this also goes along with what I talked about on yesterday, and especially with integrity. You raise your standards, okay? You raise the bar. Now it's so much different. It's so much different. But that's on your pathway to success. That's on this journey that you're walking on. An enjoyable journey, y'all. I'm telling you. The journey, when you're on that journey by design, it's an enjoyable journey. It's enjoyable. Going to the comments, just sent a photo of my book to your, okay. All right. No problem. All right, it's on, okay, your DM. Okay. And when I get off the live stream, I'll go and I'll put that on the profile, where if you all, the audience, if you're not able to get the information, you'll be able to see it at least on the page on my Facebook profile. So I'll get that information. That helps a lot. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But y'all, on your journey to success, you raise the standards. You will raise your standards, because, like I said, you have to continue to move forward, and not only forward, but you'll move upward. Okay. So it's a great thing. It's a great thing. And also, you have a clear vision for the future. Your vision will be clear. You'll know where you're headed. Okay. On your journey to success, because you have to see it before you see it, or you'll never see it. And the reason why people don't do what they need to do, they have intentions of doing things, but they don't get it done, is because they can't see. If you can only see, your design pathway, it will bring joy to you. You won't shy away from it. But when you can't see, now that's why you allow other things to have priorities. And, a lot of these things, y'all, are not important. Okay? They are not important. A lot of these things are dead weight. Okay? Where you could be advancing yourself instead of, and I'm not saying anything about, Netflix, or if you want to watch TV or whatever. I'm not saying anything about that. But what I'm saying is, instead of every day watching Netflix and just, how they call that, binge watching or whatever, okay? These actors have already made their millions. And you have this book inside of you, or you have this product inside of you, and you have yet to create it or to write it. Okay? Or there's a service. Okay? You have the answers to somebody's pain point. Okay? They don't know how to fix this thing. They don't know how to avoid this thing. And you have the answers. And yet you're sitting over there binge watching a movie or a series on Netflix. That's because you don't have a vision for your future. You don't have a vision because you didn't do the first works. And when you can't see it, that's how you waste your time. There's millions out there for you. Okay? This is a world, you got to see it this way, okay? This world does not have lack. There's no lack in this world. It's just a lack of knowledge of how to obtain your millions. Yeah, I'm speaking to you, your millions. There's a lack of knowledge. There's nothing lacking in this world. There's no lack, put it, in this world. If you just go out and look at the trees, look at nature, go to the beach and look at the sand, go outside at night and look at the stars, go outside in your yard and look at the grass, go look at the trees. Do you see any lack anyway? Lack is in the mind. You remember I talked about the mind. Lack is in the mind. It's a mindset. You have to set your mind to abundance. Elevate your mind to greatness, okay? You have to elevate your mind to greatness in order to get a clear vision of your future. You have to sit there and write your vision and make it plain. And be intentional about it and get it done. You have to begin to think boundlessness, okay? You're not bound. It's boundlessness. You have to start thinking limitlessness, okay? There's no limits. The only limits that you have is in your mindset, where you figure you can't do this, or you're not good enough to do that, or there's lack here, or there's lack there. You know, I don't have money to do this. I don't have money to do that. Well, did you create something? Did you create something? Everything that you need, if you don't have it, create it. Write it. Somebody will buy it. Somebody will buy it. You are sufficient within yourself. Everything that you need, y'all, is inside of you. So you have to have a clear vision for your future. Be engaging, be progressive, okay? Your journey to success begins with you, begins with your vision. You and your vision are one. People, nobody else can see your vision like you can. Nobody else could propel that energy in your vision except you, because it's your vision. Your vision is your baby, okay? Your vision is very, very important. So have a clear vision for your future. And if you don't have clarity, you sit there and you draft it out. You sit there and you get it done. You have to have a clear vision for your future on your journey to success. You know how many people have not even taken the time to write their vision? But they just get up, oh, I'm going to write my book, okay? I'm going to start this business. And they just start it or write it. And they have no vision. So what are you going to do with that book? What are you going to do with that business? Yo, it's much more than that. That's how you're not maximizing your potential. That's how you're allowing, that book just to sit there in boxes, collecting dust, deteriorating, because you don't even see any value in it. You're the visionary. It's your creation. Your money. Would you leave, honestly? Okay, let me ask you this. Will you leave, suppose that box, say that box of books. Suppose that box, instead of being books, suppose it was $100 bills that filled that box. Would you just leave that box just sitting in a corner in a garage collecting dust, deteriorating. Well, that's what happens when you don't write your vision. The same thing with that product that you could create. That product that you have yet to create, okay? $100 bills just floating around in your mind. You're thinking about it, you're daydreaming about it every day, but you're not putting any action to it. You have to do something. Action. It's not going to just materialize. You have to make it happen. You have to have a clear vision for your future. A service, the same thing. Then you get angry when somebody else does something. Oh, they took my idea. Well, you didn't do anything with it. I love binge watching, but I'm usually sewing, cooking, or cleaning as I'm listening and watching. That's true. That's it. But you're doing something. You're doing something productive. You know, you're not just sitting there. What they call that couch potato, right? Isn't that what they call it? Just sitting there and not doing anything. You know, you have noise on in the background, but you're doing something. You know, many times, you know, I'm sitting on my computer, I'm creating things, and I have, you know, my tablet on the side is, you know, but I'm creating something. I'm not just sitting here doing nothing. They made their millions, y'all. It's time for you to make your millions. There's time for you. There's no lack in the world. There's only a lack of knowledge of how you can attain your wealth. My life goal is to create, motivate, and inspire every day. I live until I expire. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's our life's goal, to move the needle, you know, to help somebody else obtain. You know, and when we take care of what we need to do, you know, according to our purpose, all of our needs will be met. I'm a living witness to that. I'm a living witness. Even when you're going through something, y'all, in your life, if you take the focus off of you and put it on somebody else who's going through a similar situation, somehow your problems seem to be a whole lot different, and it will, you know, be solved. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. Take the focus off of you and use what you have. Bring that to the table. Inspire somebody, motivate somebody, give somebody hope, solve somebody's problem, help somebody to avoid a situation. And what you're going through, it will take care of itself. I promise you, it will. And I hope you understand what I'm talking about. Also, when you're on this journey to success, you have freedom from the past, okay? You'll focus on today and the future. You'll focus on today, being present today, okay? What do I need to do today that will benefit me in the future? And when I'm talking about benefiting you, I'm talking about, you know, you producing, you're motivating, you're inspiring, you're writing that book, you're creating that product, you're creating that service, okay? That will take care of you. You know, money answers all things, okay? You have to learn how to have a wealthy mindset. A wealthy mindset. There's things that need to be done, okay? You're not working for free. There's things that have to be done. And you are worthy, okay? I want you to have a different relationship with money. You are worthy of the products that you create, the service that you provide. and the books, the messages that you write. You are worthy of that. So, be present. Focus on today and the future. Focus on what you could do today that will benefit you in the future. It's no time, living in the past and rehashing failures and the what ifs. Okay? What if? What if I had started this 10 years ago? Where would I be today? Don't go back in the past. Just do it now. Don't worry about that. Just do it now. Do it now. Okay? Do it now. Because now you may have more understanding. Then maybe, you didn't have the understanding and maybe you just didn't care. You were in a different place. So stop beating up on yourself. Stop feeling guilty about what you haven't done. And live in the present, okay? And build your future. Write that book. Create that product. Deliver that service. And allow your journey to success. Allow it to happen. Hope. Helping others every day. I like how you come back with these things. And that's it. Helping others every day. Helping other people every day. That's hope. And that's something I love doing too, Joshua. I love helping people every day. When you realize, y'all, what you have, audience, when you realize what you have, you'll enjoy this journey to success wholeheartedly. It's a wonderful journey. On your journey to success, here's the next talking point. You'll have more self-discipline. You'll have more self-discipline. People who struggle with the past, they imagine that success requires more amazing efforts and accomplishments, and it's hard for them to reach. It's hard for them to reach. No, it isn't. Nothing's hard for you to reach. All you have to do is have a made-up mind and believe that you can. Believe that you can. You have to believe it, y'all. Having a made-up mind and believing that you can accomplish it. It's not hard for you. It's really not. It's how you think about yourself. It's how you see yourself. If you see yourself that way, if you don't know who you are, if you haven't written it down, you're going to be confused. Okay, that's confusion in the mind. Thinking that you're insignificant. Thinking that you don't have what it takes to reach your ultimate goal. But once you're on that journey to success, you'll have more discipline. Okay? You'll begin to discipline your mind. You'll begin to frame your day, speaking those positive affirmations every morning. You'll begin to, watch your thoughts. When negative things start trying to come into your mind, instead of, thinking about that for a minute and more than a minute and 10 minutes and getting a negative a picture in your mind, you begin to dismiss those negative thoughts and replace it with something positive and build visualization from that. You'll have more discipline. You'll begin to take responsibility for your thoughts instead of thinking, well, I can't do this. Yes, you can. You just have to take time. You just have to make the effort to discipline yourself. Okay? Discipline yourself. Discipline is the practice of training yourself, other people, to obey rules or a code of behavior. You have to train yourself. Okay? Practice training yourself. And a lot of people don't do that. They just want to live their lives whatever will be, making it easy, taking the shortcut, the easy way out. I promise you, if you do the right things and put certain things into motion, you begin to, enjoy, okay? Enjoy your life's journey. Enjoy your journey to success. There's no shortcuts. We just can't live our lives any kind of way. Okay? We can't. Some people, Joshua, some people don't like rules. They don't like to obey. They don't like, keeping themselves under subjection. But we have to learn how to humble ourselves and keep ourselves subject to certain things in order to be successful on our journey, successful on our design path. Okay? There's certain things that we have to do in order to have true success. You see, there's a difference. True success. Not the pretense, the seems like, I'm successful today, but tomorrow I'm not, in and out. No. True success. And success is more than money. Okay? Success is more than money. A lot of times people look at success, having all this money, having all these homes and boats and yachts or whatever it may be, vacation home, that's success. But sometimes people who have those things, and not saying everybody, okay? Sometimes people that have those things, they're not happy at all. They're not happy at all. You could have all the money in the world and still not be successful because you have no peace. You have no peace. And peace of mind is something that, you cannot, okay? If you don't have peace of mind, it makes a big, big difference. A big difference. There can be no victory without sacrifice. That's true. Have to sacrifice something. Sacrifice a living any kind of way. Taking shortcuts. Discipline. Pretense is you, stroking your ego and lying to the world. We don't do that over here. That's it. Pretense is you stroking your ego and lying to the world. We don't do that over here. No, we don't. No. Because you know what? It doesn't matter. You could lie to the world. You could lie to other people. But somewhere they see that. Somewhere people see that because there's an energy that projects from that. Because you hear people saying that, and you probably even said this yourself, there's something not right about this. I can't put my hands on it, but there's something not right about this. That's why you have to be unapologetically you. You can't develop being that expert in the middle of writing that book or in the middle of creating that product or in the middle of creating that service, okay? Just like maybe you took a job, okay? You took a job because that job was paying a high price or a high salary or whatever it was, okay? And you don't know, you lied your way on that resume. But when it comes to you, your business, your book, your product, your service, let me tell you, the only person that you're fooling is yourself. There's no pretense, where somebody, there's pretense. You might be pretending, but somebody knows that there's something not right about this, I can't put my hands on it, but, there's something not right about this. So, on your journey to success, take the effort, okay? And take the effort to be effective every day. Take the mask off, y'all. Take the mask off. And we're not talking about the mask with COVID. We're talking about that mask you've been wearing, trying to pretend. Just wanted to check in. I got to go walk the dog and get back to sewing these gowns. Okay, well, you have a fantastic day, and I'm glad that you joined us today. And, have a fantastic day, and I hope everything goes well for you. And as I'm wrapping up with the final one is the ability to laugh at yourself, okay? You have the ability to laugh at yourself on your journey to success. It just won't matter anymore, because you have, when you reach that point, you begin to laugh at your former self. You won't take it, so hard on yourself. You begin to say, oh, I can't believe I did that back then. I can't believe, that was me back then. You begin to laugh at yourself because you know what? Your journey is enjoyable. It's an enjoyable journey. And I hope that, what I have shared with you has certainly enlightened you today. Because let me tell you, I enjoy my journey, y'all. And I know, Joshua, you're enjoying your journey. And the rest of you out there, you're enjoying your journey. And if you're not enjoying your journey, you got to sit back and come to realization. Why am I not enjoying this journey? Okay. Am I doing what I'm supposed to do? Or am I, missing it? Am I not in my right position in order for things to, my treasures, my gems, my values to flow out of me? Am I in the right place? Okay. So your journey to success, it begins with you. You begin to raise the standards. You begin to have a clear vision for your future. You'll have freedom from the past. You'll have more self-discipline, and you'll have the ability to laugh at yourself. And I hope that what I have shared with you today has inspired you to get on the right path to your purpose, because your purpose is by design, okay? And you're supposed to enjoy this journey. This is a wonderful journey when you're walking on your purposeful journey, okay? So with that being said, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me today. And thank you, Joshua, for putting that information in the comments section about your book and, about you go to the Facebook side and get those the copy of that book or the picture of that book, and the information for that book is in the comment section, whether you're on the LinkedIn side, the YouTube side, or the Facebook side. Get that information, because this is something that will inspire you and give you hope. And, might even lighten your day, y'all, because you may be going through something right now and you need, some enjoyment, some peace in your life. So with that being said, thank you for joining me today, taking time out of your busy schedule. And I look forward to seeing you on the next broadcast of Turning Your Passion into Profit Morning Show. And remember this is your time. This is your season. This is your turning point. So have a great rest of your day.